Yes, I am. Yeah, so I know that with the iPad program, when they requested this fee increase originally, they said that at least 50% of the fee was going to go towards technology as an umbrella. And I do know that the students that have them are pretty glued to them. I don't know if there will be discussion on if like non-studio majors will particularly because at this point, like the real estate non-studio major do get iPads as first years along with Apple Pens. And so I don't know if, like, I think that what we saw from Dean McClure is that there's going to be further conversation about what this fee can be in the future utilized for, but the iPad specifically did line up with what they were asking for when they asked for their increase.
Question for Brandon: that the architecture students that I know or have seen just around the season, I didn't even know they had iPads until this meeting. So they don't, I didn't think they were officially used. As an architecture student, how often and how much are these iPads used?
I'm not giving an indication of that because I bought this before the announcement. They're doing free iPads. Okay. It was put out, but I do know some people that use it pretty often.
And I know that like Brandon was taking notes on his iPad last meeting, I think. And in every architecture student that I have, every architecture class that I've been in, everyone is taking their notes on their iPads.
I have no problem
Within classes anyway.
Yeah, I have no problem with the iPads right now. I think it is interesting. It's like you can't run a lot of architecture software on an iPad. You can't run that, it's not possible. As far as I'm aware. I like that they're going to reevaluate the need for iPads now that this first class is all that all had it. I think with your next TFSC group to say, all right, do they really still need to use an iPad? Or they can realize that accurately.
Well, I think that would be more so the charge of a CFC rather than
I think you're right.
a TFSC.
Would be nice to.
Yeah.
And I would say that the iPads will come in handy, especially when people are spending abroad and can't take our desktops over Italy with us. That's our main use of sketching is on our iPads.
Dakota, you had something to add.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that he specifically went out of his way to say that the iPads were no replacement for a laptop or another device to run software that is needed. And I think, I mean, I don't know, that just seems very indicative of maybe the situation that it is, but.
I will say I still have a problem with the shop fee, but it seems like he seemed pretty motivated to revisit that once industrial design brought on. So I think as of right now, don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I think that it is in line with what they requested from what they saw the college looking like when they requested their increase, which is really what we're evaluating. But that is a question to evaluate if there were a CFC proposal to potentially increase or change their fee. I would be interested in hearing what happens in future conversations it sounds like he's having regarding those.
Like I use the shop, but I know some friends that use the shop because they're advanced speed.
Yeah.
Quick comments. So, and I mean, so I get for being the old guy in the room with some experience, I guess, not age, but with which is not. I'm sorry, I was gonna say. So sorry, my main train of thought is to always be cognizant of entities that are using fees like this for positions, and so just. I mean, do we care about any of that, or?
And so I know that, yeah, when they requested the fee, they did have the positions were one of the things they were going to spend it on. And that was something that was approved by the previous.
I don't think that's unusual among the college fees.
CT, yeah, it was something that was approved with the, at the time, CTC. And so it is, once again, regardless of how we may feel about funding positions with college fees, it is in line with what they requested.
And I will say those positions work directly with students. I think I've been in contact with the shop manager and the IT manager almost daily. So they're working directly with the students.
But I think specifically when it comes to staff that are supporting the like technology increases that they're supporting, it makes sense. Like they're not paying professors with college fees. But I think that it makes sense when it's positions that are supporting the other things that are being funded by the fee. Are there other thoughts? Yeah, input from anybody else? Is there a motion?
I make a motion for continuance of. Second.
Jess, you want to do it?
Who's that second? No. Hey. Thomas.
Yes.
Alright. Peterson.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Bruckner.
Yes.
Dolly.
Yes.
Broughton.
Yep.
Solid.
Yep.
Kid.
Yes.
Henry. On a vote of 8-0, passes.
Right, I was not waiting for you to say my last name. I forgot that I have a vote, and then I
Yeah, I was
don't have a vote.
Yes, I didn't know that either.
like different back on my name.
And Senator Jack, I do not have a vote, so I'm not used to having one. So, sorry about that. Okay, are there further, comments, feelings, anything else that we would like to discuss? This is the last meeting of the Tuition and Fee Strategies Committee for this year. I think that you guys have asked really good questions of both of our colleges. I think there's been good commentary, good discussion. And I'm looking forward to the potential of CFCs, but we won't know until, is it the end of November? Is the provost at the time? I think that is what Provost Capering said, is that the end of November is the, and Associate Dean Mosier had said that they were unsure of what ag might be doing. Sounded like there might be an ag CFC in the works, but we'll see.
And so that just, how are those committees made up of?
Those committees are made up of certain representatives. It would not be this body.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. Yeah, it's a lot of like.
Yes. I think potentially all of the ag senators are technically members.
An equal number of non-SGA members of the ag college.
Yes.
Several other people as well. So I lost it.
Yeah.
It's like a 20-person.
Sorry, Brandon, did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
Yeah, I do have a question, for maybe you two in the room. Has there been a conversation passed about listing off the line items for each fee, whether that be on the website, or the cases, what each college, fee pays for? Just so students are aware of what they're paying.
Had some discussion, I think, during the tuition fee,
Yeah,
review process, and we talked about the administrative.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. If you're looking for a central place, just to kind of get a sense.
Yeah, because right now it's just listed as like $55 for
One college.
Yeah,
Right.
but like listing out what that goes.
yeah, in the process of doing this committee, trying to look online to see what the fees did, I couldn't find it for either. So I would run on that.
Okay. Bring that up.
I just think states are becoming more aware of what they're paying for, especially if that's a college.
Very much so.
Absolutely. And that is the feedback.
Well, we've got the proposals that list of what the fees go to, so. He says that.
I'm just thinking about where to host it and what the right place is. Sort
It's really that main website that I access all the time, Market Financial, for like tuition fees, just like I have little drop downs for
Yeah.
departmental fees,
Yeah.
campus fee, whatever else, so maybe there is someone else.
Yeah. Nothing, I can't think of anything that's a narrative explanation necessarily, that just kind of, I think what you're looking for, narrative explanation about it. Do they do that for the student services fee?
We have it narratively, no, but broken down to, for the Rex equipment, for the, so that fine.
That's what that has, yeah.
So it's percent dollar amount of how much you pay for it, so student paying $6 a semester or a semester for each or something.
I think that,
I have also made it
Yeah.
into a cute infographic.
Is that on SGA's website?
So, I'm sorry.
So the handbook is, which has that breakdown.
Okay. That's gotcha. It is also on SGA's website.
Okay,
That's why I saw that.
I guess to that though, what I'm trying to figure out is like the college faculty and they have how many different departments? And each department had some utilization of that fee and then some action. Trying to think how you would take that. Right. And have that level of detail, kind of like what you have for those student services, that'd be a lot. Some of that also depends then at the dean's discretion, how they're sort of allocating the revenue around in there too, so it may get pretty complicated pretty quick. I'm not trying to say we shouldn't do it, but it'd be pretty.
just I was unaware of what the fee was going towards until I had Dean.
Yeah.
His presentation.
Yeah. So maybe that's more on the front end of just being able to communicate to the students from the colleges out to the students, the supports, yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything else before we adjourn? Awesome, I will call the meeting adjourned. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Jared?
Oh, I just wanted to say, you know, on behalf of AP Design, we appreciate your work on the committee. And I know the dean wished he could have been there tonight. And we thank you for your thoughtful consideration for all that you had to look through and ask and review. So I know it was a lot of work, but thank you.
Thank you. I call the meeting adjourned.
Right.
What time is it?
7:30.
20 minutes. Bye now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be there. I am.